Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Are the Epstein files out yet? No? Okay. How about now? Are they, All right, just checking. You'll let me know. Stop me in mid-sentence if anything happens over there.
Bond has done a phenomenal job in every respect, and there could have been some holdback. I haven't heard too much about it, but they could. But the bottom line is the records are getting out. The Kennedy records are getting out. Those are the ones they really wanted to see the most, were the Kennedys. And during my administration, as you know, I released a lot of them, but then a lot of people started coming.
Imagine a world where logic just packs its bags and leaves, where common sense files for divorce and somehow one guy turns pure chaos into a full-time occupation. That's the world Stephen Colbert walked into, armed with wit so sharp it might as well be a diamond-coated chainsaw, ready to slice through every wild stunt, every bizarre tweet, every eyebrow-raising moment of Trump's latest spectacle. And nothing, absolutely nothing is safe here. By the end of it, you'll be laughing, cringing, and wondering how one presidency handed a comedian this much material without even trying.
Small talk over. Let's talk about Epstein. Okay. Last week, Democrats in Congress released a handful of salacious emails about Trump from a trove of documents provided by the Epstein estate, including one in which Epstein says that Trump, quote, knew about the girls. That prompted Republicans to accuse Democrats of cherry picking. Let's pause there for a second. Guys, I'm going to say for this one, maybe go with a different...
Stephen Colbert stepped onto that stage with the calm confidence of someone who knows they've already won the argument before anyone else even realizes an argument is happening. Trump might not have been in the room, but it didn't matter. His presence was floating somewhere up there between the warmth of the stage lights and the teleprompter glare, like leftover glitter from a craft project that went horribly wrong.
Yesterday, after months of Trump fighting tooth and cankle to hold back the Republican Party from doing the right thing, he just went ahead and gave up and signed the bill to release the Epstein files. Yeah. One day you're going to have a very complicated conversation with your grandchildren about why you just cheered.
And then Colbert started. Not loud, not aggressive, just that soft, razor-thin sarcasm that slices cleaner than steel. It's the tone that tells the whole audience, hey, somebody's dignity is about to evaporate. Every joke landed with the grace of a ballerina and the force of a bulldozer. The audience never even had a chance.
That's where, let's say, pineapple choosing. House Republicans released 20,000 plus pages of other Epstein documents. They did it to show that they were way more transparent than the Democrats, who they say released just enough to make Trump look bad. And they were right, because the Republicans' additional release of documents made him look awful. For instance, okay, just for starters, in this new batch, Trump's name appeared over 1,600 times. Wow, the 16, that's...
He didn't rush. He moved with the patience of a cat slowly knocking a glass off the counter while staring you dead in the eyes. This wasn't just comedy. It was a full disassembly. Trump's big, unstoppable, theatrically invincible public persona suddenly became clay in Colbert's hands. And he molded it, twisted it, stretched it, and shaped it into the punchline of the decade.
This is such a difficult moment for Trump. We don't know if he actually signed the bill himself. He might have just used his mechanical signature machine, the auto-pube, because even though Trump told Republicans to all vote for this, he was clearly furious that they did. He signed the bill after the White House issued a so-called photo lid, which shut down any on-camera opportunities. He signed it off camera, and he'll sign anything on camera. Executive orders, sneakers, lady parts, wall parts, a toddler.
Every single time Trump's name entered the conversation, the air in this studio shifted. Not tension, anticipation. Everyone could feel the next verbal fireball charging.
And Colbert delivered it with this unbelievably calm smile, the kind of smile that could put a baby to sleep while simultaneously giving political strategists panic attacks intense enough to spark emergency emails titled, "We need a response immediately."
900, 600, 500, 1,200.
That checks out. Now, these are not casual mentions either. In one email, Epstein wrote, "I have met some very bad people, none as bad as Trump, not one decent cell in his body." Whoa. It's gotta hurt when Jeffrey Epstein calls you a bad...
Trump is used to grabbing the spotlight like it owes him rent. He dominates rooms, soaks up attention, and redirects energy like a human lightning rod. But comedy doesn't follow those rules, and Colbert was playing in God mode. Every line pulled Trump right out of his myth and dropped him into the one role he never wants, the star of a comedy bit he never agreed to. The audience wasn't just laughing, they were breaking down, bending over, gasping for air, sitting up, collapsing again. It looked like a chaotic bachelor party mixed with a mariachi band that arrived at the wrong time. Cameras caught everything, the crowd barely upright, guests blinking through tears, even the band shaking like they needed therapy. When a trombone player's shoulders start trembling during the note, chaos has officially arrived.
Is he gonna sign it? Is he gonna not sign it? Or change his name to Senor Ramon and flee to Acapulco? Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer has his theories.
The president has said he'll sign it, but who the hell knows with him? He can change his mind on a whim. We got to make sure we get all of the Epstein funds. All. They can't around with this.
Yes. Yes. Yes, they cannot around. If they around, they'll find out. Release all the files, Don, or Chucky Schooms will cut a bit.
The beauty of it all? Trump had zero control. None. He couldn't talk over it. He couldn't walk away. He couldn't rally a crowd. He couldn't grab a mic. He was stuck, silent, while the jokes spoke for him. And when Trump can't react instantly, the world notices. That's when the internet absolutely erupted. Clips flew across timelines like they were launched from a missile silo. Laughing emojis, stunned captions, edits, remixes, dramatic slow-motion breakdowns set to emotional music, because somehow everything becomes cinematic once it gets 11 million views. Trump's base scrambled faster than a cat hearing a vacuum turn on. His critics celebrated like confetti cannons were mandatory, and people who didn't care about politics, they cared now. Watching a political giant get roasted is one of humanity's oldest shared joys.
Feeds to know what will America do. Well, last night, Commander-in-Chief Donald John Trump, after consulting with his advisors, poised on the precipice of history, made a powerful and momentous declaration. "It is my great honor to announce that I will be putting up 2 beautiful flagpoles on both sides of the White House, north and south lawns." Not now, dude. This is like your boyfriend getting down on one knee and saying, "Kelly, will you make me the happiest man in the world and look at these 2 beautiful flags?"
And Colbert just kept going. No dramatic pause, no over-the-top reaction, just another joke tossed casually, like someone comparing sweater colors in a store. That was the savage part. Comedy as a drive-by. Meanwhile, Trump responded in the only way he knows, by pretending he didn't care at all, while making sure everyone knew he absolutely cared. Advisors probably sent group messages with 7 versions of "We need damage control" attached to panicked bullet point PDFs. Trump didn't lose an argument. He lost control of the narrative. And laughter is the ultimate truth serum. Once the crowd laughs, it's game over. No speech, no tweet, no rally can unring the bell. Colbert didn't win by being cruel. He won because Trump cannot survive being laughed at. Colbert cracked that shield like it was made of papier-mâché.
Does sign it, the bill requires Pam Bondi to make unclassified documents related to Epstein and his associate Ghislaine Maxwell publicly available within 30 days. That's December 19th. just in time for the release of my pervert advent calendar. Ooh, what do we got today? Oh, what do we got today? Ooh, there you go. Today's chocolate looks like Jared from Subway. Now, yeah, it's a bad idea for an advent calendar.
Every time the clip is replayed, the embarrassment resets itself. Every meme adds another ripple. Moments online usually fade, but this one turned into digital fossil fuel. People are still burning energy off it years later. And the comedy machine never sleeps. Every new Trump headline becomes fresh fuel. Another remix, another edit, another meme. Trump can rant, rally, shout, threaten. None of it beats the internet's favorite version of him, the cartoon character created by comedy. No political strategy in the world can overpower laughter. It's kryptonite wearing a grin.
So why flagpoles? Why now? Well, as Trump explained, it is a gift from me of something which was always missing from this magnificent place. What? What do you mean, missing? What are you talking about? The White House already has a flagpole up on the roof. Plus, the White House has another symbol that lets us know it's American. The White House!
Colbert gave the world a timestamp, a certified comedic event, not because of politics, but because watching someone's ego crumble under humor is universally satisfying. It feels like a feast. And that night, the audience ate very well. Stephen Colbert didn't just roast Trump. He turned him into the one thing Trump fears above everything else, a perfectly executed punchline. And once that transformation happens, it's permanent. Speeches fade, headlines disappear, but the clip? It's eternal. Someone, somewhere, is watching it right now and laughing. Comedy spreads like glittered gum on a preschool floor, impossible to clean up, impossible to ignore, always waiting to show up again when it's least convenient. That roast left the studio and became part of American pop culture DNA.
Trump also threw a big fancy party honoring Mohammed bin Salman, despite the fact that Saudi security forces murdered and dismembered Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi, which Trump's own CIA concluded that bin Salman ordered. So naturally, they punished him by giving him a state dinner. Same reason Anna Wintour invited the Babadook to the...
Hours later, Twitter was still flashing like fireworks. People clipped their favorite moments, zoomed in on audience reactions, added captions, removed captions, re-added captions that contradicted the original captions, just for the comedy of it. The truth didn't even matter anymore. Only the punchline did. Colbert didn't need to tweet, follow up, or clarify. When you drop a comedic nuke that size, you don't sift through the rubble, you let the world deal with the smoke. Meanwhile, Trump's PR team scrambled like a panicked beehive. Half of them wanted to ignore it, half wanted to rage about it. So they did both, at the same time. Trump returned to rallies, louder than ever, bigger gestures, stronger statements, trying to reclaim the stage. But underneath every applause was the silent knowledge that millions saw him not as the commander, but as the punchline. And ego never completely heals from that. Comedy bruises deeper than criticism ever can. Insults fade, debates fade. But the moment people laugh at you when you weren't trying to be funny, that sticks forever. And that's exactly what happened. Colbert shrank the political giant into a comedic prop. The unstoppable became stoppable with jokes.
So that was yesterday, okay? That was yesterday. Overnight, the Israelis launched another crippling attack on Iran. So this morning, Donald Trump leapt into action and installed the flagpoles. Jim?
Let's have a good, they call it a lifting. They also use another word, but I'm not going to use that word. You know what that is? The word, it starts with an E. You know what the word is?
It's a word that starts with an E that he's embarrassed to say publicly. Eric.
Soon, the clips evolved into documentaries, video essays, meme edits, fan cams, freeze frame analyses, even anime soundtrack remixes. A single 10-minute monologue somehow spawned a global comedy franchise. People weren't just rewatching the roast, they were reinventing it. If Trump appeared in any video after that, it instantly turned into edit material. Someone synced Trump's speeches to Colbert's laugh. Someone else built a virtual boxing scoreboard tracking every punchline. Creativity went wild. And the internet doesn't care about fairness, ideology, or respect for power. It cares about spectacle. Once Trump became the meme, he lost the narrative. He could deliver the most powerful speech of his life, but beneath it all, millions would still whisper, "That's the guy who got clowned on national TV." That's the lasting punch. Not the joke itself, but the memory of the joke, the replayability, the permanence. Comedy reshaped the reputation on its own terms. And once the internet decides someone is a punchline, their legacy has officially changed.